Hi, this is CyberKnight-Miky and this product is literally sold out. But don't worry, there's the Unicron version which you can get in the description at Soooo store, which you can use code Miky as well. Or you can also pick up other Transformers stuff that is rightfully available at that store. Anyway, you see this? Please do. Please the algorithm goes. I swear to God. Now I know that there's a lot of people that already reviewed this figure, but I will show you that this video will definitely going to be worse. Like, holy shit, the amount of brain damage it gave. So this is 01 Studio Cell, or should I say 01 Studio 01S 01F Cell. That is a mouthful. Which is a third-party version of Unicron, the Chaos Bringer, the evil twin brother of Primus. And of course, the main antagonist of the 1986 movie Transformers the movie, that is voiced by the critically acclaimed voice actor Orson Welles. Rest in peace, you legend. And this one costs $270. Wait, what? To give you some perspective, this figure, formerly known as Citadel's core star, before that they got cease and desist by Hasbro because they were a bunch of morons to literally announce it right after HasLab's crowdfunding figure, which resulted them to literally change their branding name to 01 Studio Cell and looking like this. Yeah, that's literally what it looks like without the head and wings. The reason I'm saying this is because whenever I got this box, which also got the caution sign, there were no separate box for this figure. Instead, the head and wings was already packaged with this one, which kinda answers my question why the price was pretty much low, because in previous figures they had these smaller wings, but this one had the upgraded wings, which may be the reason why it went from 400 to 300 to 274. That may be the answer. Which has to be the most generous price drop I have seen so far compared to Wei Jiang's Fun Leader and Deformation Space Crimson Wing. Compared to, you know, HasLab's everyone figured this one is the most best Unicron figure ever. And to that I say, yeah, you gotta be fucking smoking if you think I gotta accept that house mortgage figure. No, thank you. Of course, when you get him out of the box, he did come disassembled, so assembly is required. What's shocking is that it came with everything you need, but there were no blue panels, so you could swap out to get a more cleaner planet mode. But I didn't care about it anyway, so I can literally toss that out of the side. Anyway, once you assembled everything, the painting and the sculpting of this figure is amazingly beautiful. Like, this is spot on to how Unicron should look like. Spot on to the animation model, yet seem so much stylized that it is no joke anymore. Like, this is just borderline perfect, like Roger Rabbit effect. It feels like Unicron, despite the name. Everything to these crucial details, to the surface level, every mechanical details, the panel lining, and even the back, my god, it is clean. And of course, there are some kibbles on this figure, like on the feet, but it is forgiven. If everything is part of the planet mode, that is an achievement on its own. It is black magic incarnate. I know there are some people that are gonna be criticized that this figure isn't big enough, and to that I say, he will never be in scale with anything. Again, HasLab Unicron will never be in scale, and it's just way too ridiculous and takes too much space. And those minifigures that came with it, yeah, they are out of scale as well. They need to be the size of goddamn rice grain in order to scale well with that figure. And keep in mind, this is the same inconsistency as the 86 movie, when Unicron went from, you know, the size of the planet to the size of Ohio. It's not even a joke. But if there was some criticism I have to say is, of course, the spikes. You do need to be careful with those spikes towers, considering they are the same quality as the original wings that came with the figure in the first release. And you also do need to be cautious with the ratchets, which is why I do recommend that you disassemble them first and literally loosen up every ratchet you can find. And for the knees, there is a panel to literally just remove that kind of hidden screw cap, which you're welcome by the way, and then loosen up, disassemble the leg, and then reattach it. Do not cut the springs, because I tried that, and Let's just say that this spring was so strong, it managed to break one of my cutting tools. Just imagine that. But yeah, with all that criticism aside, well, I could say that there's also one clear plastic, but then again, there's so many people, double lockdown, who will beat their ass you just to criticize clear plastic. They say, while also literally sharing clear plastic on windshields, but they have the same effect. Like, their opinions are invalid in this video, let me tell you that, and I have no idea what the hell they say. Other than that, I will say that those clear plastic, wow, they are very strong. And even then, he is solid. Like, this is something I love about this figure. He has quite the balance. It is incredible. I could get him in one leg and he wouldn't even fall down unless, or just feel like literally balance him. But yeah, he has great balance. Like, I'm telling you, this is incredible. Like, not, I don't know what, if the Haslam Unicron has the same kind of level of stability, but all I know is that Zero One Studio Cell, despite what the company is, does not matter. I literally am separating the art from the artist. This piece of art literally can display like this, and he does not tumble over. I'm telling you, you can literally have him in one pose that you feel like it's tumble over. Like, literally, nothing is touching it. Just the tip of the toe and the heel here. The amount of weight on these legs, the die-cast, everything. And he has die-cast all the upper area. And he does not tumble over. This makes me love this figure so damn much. Like, I can literally do it with the other title class mainline figures, and they will tumble over. But him? Now this is value. And what I also really love is the face sculpt. It is so spot on without looking over the top or too greeny. And of course, what I really do love is the wings. These upgraded wings, which was a separate accessory or kind of upgrade kit, is now a part of this figure. And I love them more. No shitty ass paper made wings that came with the first batch, because those were the most dog shit wings I've seen so far. They would literally break if you sneeze on it wrong, and I am so glad that this came with the figure. Yes, they do have the tendon disattached, but that's actually more of a feature than an issue. And what I love about this figure so much that make me love it even more is the hidden Easter eggs that you will find throughout his body. His internal body system, where he knows where the Matrix was passed down when he was about to attack RC and the other gang, where he almost digested the spike in the other Autobots. Zero One Studio didn't have to do that, but they still did. And that's what makes me love about this figure, is the amount of detail they put is just exquisite. Of course, his conversion to his planet mode is, of course, as I stated before, a little bit chaotic, but is very enjoyable if you take your time. But of course, I already made that kind of transformation in a separate video, which you can check down in the description or in the analytics. But without further ado, let's show off the transformation, shall we? Alright, 1, 2, 3, go! Now, after this very complex but very intuitive transformation, which at first glance may be very chaotic, but each time you try to transform him, it gets very enjoyable. And let me just say, I really love this planet mode. Sure, it may not be a point of the animation model, or hell, even Haslab's looks superior to it, which I will give kudos to Hasbro for that, but you cannot deny that the overall planet mode just looks astonishingly good. Like, dear god, is it so compact. The only issue I have with this planet mode is of course the spikes, and of course the side of the planet not being circle enough. to literally match the animation model, but again, I just don't care about it. It's just a thing that I can accept. Hell, I can even customize it to match the circles on the side of the planet. Speaking of circles, I do love that they actually added the circle on the back of planet mode, since the official copy, the first release, never had that, but the later releases actually added the paint apps for the back of the planet, which does match the animation model very well. Of course, these spikes, while not many, does add the effect of being very chaotic, but do be careful when you literally move them. And also be careful when you literally plug into the stand, considering the cone is just clear plastic, and while it is sturdy, I do recommend you actually have a 3D printed lazy eyebrow stand that is for 01's do-it-yourself, considering while the stand is neat, well, considering longevity, it may break, so do keep in mind of that, but the clear stand is an option. For his articulation, his mouth can open and his pinchers can move, and you can also put up this optional mouth to literally be more animation accurate, and you can literally put it on the cone to recreate him literally consuming planets. Or you can also add on the light to even give it more effect. That looks awesome. Or to consume some stimulants. I'm not sponsored by Gamerso, by the way. Use code NEVERONE and everyone else. Anyway, here's a concise comparison next to Primus, his henchman, and of course Doomslayer. I hope Primus is a weaponized, because if he is, Doomslayer is gonna make sure that he's gonna blow a hole into the surface of Unicron.
You can't just shoot a hole into the surface of Unicron.
Whoops. Anyway, I think we're done with the planet mode. So let's get him back to his robot mode, so we can talk about his articulation, shall we? Hey Unicron! Do the thing! Now onward to the articulation. And yeah, his articulation is just splendid. I cannot deny that. It's just so fun. Like, you can get so much positive with this guy. And while he sadly do have the cartridge shoulder syndrome, he does have the same feature as G-Axis, where you can shift down and get more range, which is a very pleasant feature. And of course, given that the wings are more sturdy, you can get so much posters, but they do drag down a little bit. However, the amount of ratchet he has is just stunning and does hold its pose. You think that the size of him would literally just topple over, but no, he is so articulated. And his chest, dear God, the range is just incredible. Like, you have so much impression, and people say that the Hasselhoff Unicron is better. Nah, this one has it all. You can get so much with this guy. It is stunning. Can the Hasselhoff do this? It doesn't matter how much you want to criticize this figure. You cannot deny the articulation is just breathtaking. You have so much play value with this Unicron. It is not even a joke anymore. Though you do need to be careful when you literally transform him. But when it is literally about the posability, which I do wish there was a little bit more range at the knee, yeah, go nuts. I mean, if you see me literally do a stop motion of him literally gritting and literally recreating some amazing poses, like fighting Primus or just recreating a famous scene, I just love it. For size comparison of this planet-sized robot, here we have him next to Cybertron Primus. And here we have him next to Bowie Optimus Prime. Here we have him next to Hiya Toys Burning Godzilla. Here we have him next to Figma Doomslayer. And of course, here I have him next to my other titles in my collection. Yeah, it's a little bit upscale, but it's just a little bit fun how they just look at him like, huh? And then here we have him with my Legend figures and my uncles. And here we have him with among Optimus Prime. And of course his henchmen, both in robot and planet mode. And vice versa. Now for my final verdict. Overall, 01 Studio 01S 01F Cell, that is a mouthful, is a wonderfully crafted Unicron figure that I highly recommend picking this one up. For not just a fan of Transformers, for those who are a fan of G1 or 86, but for those who want a perfectly looking Unicron figure. Yes, the transformation may look a little bit chaotic, and yes, there may be some issues, but aside from those, this has more added paint apps, better upgraded wings, and again, the price. It is way better than it was before. And keep in mind, HasLab literally costs over $1,000, and it's literally just there for display, and only have one redeeming planet mode. But this one has a really good planet mode, a superior robot mode, and a hell of a lot of good time with. And it's just the right size, and not just to a ridiculous degree. All I can say is, if Jobby the Hong and Lazy Eyebird can recommend this product, then so can I. And I will say, you will not be disappointed in this figure. Thank you all so much for watching, and sorry it took 2 months, but I'm finally back, and yes, thank you also so much for 15,000 subscribers. It really means a lot. And stay tuned when I'm trying to pretty much review some waifus and a screaming bitch. When it will happen? Well, that's an answer only time will tell you. But until then, like, comment, share, subscribe, just to please the algorithm gods. Join my memberships to literally support the channel even more. And I'll see you all next time.
Now is the time to tighten